week of movie nights.
So here's what the movie's about. When America faces invasion for the first time in history, it's up to one-man army, Matt Hunter, action superstar Chuck Norris, to wage war upon the enemies of freedom on suburban streets, in shopping malls, and even in churches. The firepower explodes in megaton fury, and death-defying stunts escalate into a heart-stopping climax when Hunter, America's doomsday weapon, launches his final plan.
Those are bad guys. I know it looks
No,
like
they're
good guys.
They have the
I know it
American
looks like
flag.
the good guys, but they're masquerading.
Are you saying it's a false flag?
In the 80s?
Plan. A ragtag army of terrorist mercenaries led by Soviet agent Rostov,
Okay.
Richard Lynch,
Oh.
catches America unprepared and makes it a war zone from sea to shining sea. Only one man can stem the rising tide of violence. Retired agents and martial arts expert Matt Hunter. He's a martial arts expert now.
Okay.
Oh, it's just called back.
No, it's a mullet.
But you do know also that Chuck Norris is known for having a mullet.
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Chuck Norris
Are you
is
serious
known
right
to
now?
have everything.
Are you really serious?
Yeah. There's a mullet?
Alright, we may need to pause the movie to pull up pictures of Chuck Norris's mullet just to prove
No. Leading the United States Army into a guerrilla warfare on its own turf. Hunter won't stop until every last bazooka-wielding enemy is down. The first explosion to the last. Invasion USA is certainly patriotic and riveting entertainment you just can't miss.
Oh boy. Chuck Norris.
It's gonna be a good one. You wanna go see it?
Let's go.
Let's go. What the hell, man?
Oh, no, that's right! There's been literally people dying from that sort of thing! Oh no!
We have the second movie to watch
Yeah.
tonight. It is The Delta Force, another Chuck Norris feature film. Here we go. This is what the movie's about. Delta Force, a Chuck Norris film. When a U.S. passenger plane is seized by vicious hijackers and taken to Beirut, the president calls in the Delta Force.
Whoa.
Maybe Chuck Norris is involved. A crack team of commandos led by Colonel Nick Alexander, Lee Martin, and Major Scott McCoy, Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah.
Against all odds, the men blast into the compound and, taking no prisoners, rescue the hostages. But the mission is not over yet. A few remaining passengers are being escorted to Tehran, initiating a desperate race against time as Alexander and McCoy try to save them.
Oh man.
Yeah, right? And avenge America's honor before it's too late.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go.
Chuck Norris with a mustache.
No, that's not
Is
him.
that Chuck Norris?
That's not him.
Yeah, it was.
No.
There's no mullet.
Just wait.
There's gotta be a party. Wait, how was it? The party in the
So is that why he has the hat so he can put his mullet? They all hijacking the plane?
That is him!
Oh my gosh! This is, I've never
I don't
seen
recognize him without
that.
the mullet.
Yeah. He's weird.
Oh, he's actually in the military in this one.
McCoy! McCoy, get back here! Where the hell are you going? We're pulling out! Captain McCoy!
Harvey, where's Pete?
Still in the damn chopper. The flames are too high. We tried, but he can't be reached. Captain, don't go in there!
Speaking of, You all right there? You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, speaking of okay movies, Rutch, can you explain to everybody Invasion USA?
That would be an honor next time, and I'll be asking first. Okay, so the plot. Okay, so tonight we watched 2 movies. We watched Invasion USA, and we also watched Delta Force.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's talk about Invasion USA.
Did you forget the movie?
There it is.
No, I
Sorry,
said
Chuck Norris?
No, I said explain
No,
Invasion
let's
USA.
talk about
Yes.
Chuck Norris?
Okay, so Invasion USA is about terrorists from over the water that
Undetermined where they were from.
Undetermined.
No,
that came
Never told.
there
Yeah.
was.
It was a mixed match.
Yeah, there was Arabs in there. You got
There were
like
black people.
black people.
I want to be
Irishmen.
racist.
There were Cubans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're invading Florida.
Which were
Makes sense.
Miami.
there too.
There was Asians. There was
Yeah.
Space Florida.
the like Japanese guy, I believe he was. Korean, possibly.
So it was literally everybody who
positive.
hates America invading the USA.
There's no way they could be airborne.
This is the ocean. They're at the beach. There's no beach in the swamps.
That's like D-Day, but with terrorists.
Yeah, they're bringing in some people.
Oh boy.
Dude.
Jeez.
Wait, so who are the bad guys?
Is that
There's
a
a guy-
nun? That's a terrorist.
It's like a terrorist nun. What kind of uniform do they have, though? Some of them
They're
are
like
uniform.
gray? Are they all wearing berets?
Some of them.
Yeah.
They all have different uniforms on.
Yes, all of them.
And the Coast Guard is clueless? Absolutely
What the hell is the Coast Guard?
Rutch,
Oh,
this
no.
is the 80s.
Oh no, how did we?
And Chuck, Mr. Norris, Chuck Norris, is just having a great time in retirement on his...
His real name in the movie is Matt Hunter.
Yeah, man.
We only hear Hunter, I feel like. I didn't know his name was Matt.
Yeah, nobody knew his
No,
name was
I
Matt.
didn't.
No.
But
It's
that
only
was fitting
Hunter.
with the theme of the movie, which is nobody knew exactly
What
like the
was going
details of
on.
anything. Not even the bad guys knew the details of why they were doing this.
No.
Like I didn't even know why it was a Christmas themed movie. Like there was nothing that made it especially like
There was a
Christmassy
Christmas tree.
other than there was decor around.
No, they needed to invade the Midwest. They needed to come from Lake Michigan and invade
No,
Chicago.
it was just a December
could see
blockbuster.
snow
And so
on the
to sell the
ground.
December blockbuster. In Miami,
okay,
there
wait.
was no snow on the ground.
There would be Canadian terrorists, and you know that doesn't exist. They're just too nice.
Some,
What do you say?
I don't know. That was menacing.
Sounded like it from the music.
uh-oh, cutting the power.
Oh man, here
Oh,
we go.
not to the Christmas tree.
They're gonna
Waited
blow
for
up the
girl
Christmas
to go
tree.
inside?
I want to show it.
Okay, now it just got personal for plastic surgery guy. Whoa! They totally waited for the girl to go inside and then murdered her.
Dude!
Oh my god.
Go on the whole block!
Oh,
You
don't.
guys realize that the villains in this movie are already darker than 85% of the villains in all movies
Yes.
made in the last like 10 years.
Yes.
No, what about the bad guy in this? What did you guys think about him?
Plastic surgery man?
Yeah,
What's his
plastic
name?
surgery. Plastic surgery.
His name is
man.
Plastic Surgery Man, Rich. Did you
It's
forget
like
that?
all
Rostov.
that throat
Rostov.
and lip
Oh,
action
so
happening.
bad.
It was the movie where Chuck Norris first coined his phrase,
We knew.
time to die.
Put it down, Rostov.
You saw this scene?
Chuck is the best superhero. Not all superheroes need fly.
Time to die.
We knew they were evil if they were either very pale,
Yeah.
or if they had
Sunglasses.
Aviators.
aviators.
Specifically
aviators.
Yeah.
At night.
At night.
Not during the day, just at night.
Just at night.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they actually were not wearing them during the day. Only at night. Don't trust him.
Glasses.
It is
That's
glasses.
Kato.
But the movie did not lack in the action category. It was packed with action.
Lots of.
Did you guys have any
stuff.
favorite action moments?
I mean, anytime Chuck Norris was running around with his dual Uzis
Uzis.
attached to his shoulder holsters.
Yes.
So he could just drop them if he needed to punch somebody.
Or kick somebody.
Yeah, he started by aiming at the ground.
At the ground.
and just like let the kickback help him reach his target.
Yeah.
And he only
Yeah.
reloaded like one time in the movie, right?
Well, that's because his guns reloaded themselves.
Well, basically.
Yeah.
It's Chuck Norris.
They were almost like a character in and of themselves.
I-
Like the
I
way he
agree with
laid
you.
them on the
Yes.
ground,
Yeah.
it was like essentially like, you know, it was his comrade. Yeah.
Yes.
I will return for you, but I have to kick this guy first.
And
And then he did kick that guy a lot.
That was insane.
Whose side?
Our side.
Is he out of ammo?
Oh, he's
Oh,
done.
dang.
Okay, pick up somebody else's
You know
weapon.
what he has to do now.
Kick.
No, he's leaving them there
Did you see he took a moment of silence?
intentionally so that
Still got the
somebody
gloves
comes
up.
to see him. I sense some disturbance.
But my favorite part,
Yeah. Yes, I'm right.
hands down, has to be blowing up the suburbs.
Blown up what?
The suburbs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Like,
man.
right in the beginning.
Terror against.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
your
be
neighbor.
honest though, the architecture for those homes was pretty bad.
Yeah, they needed to be blown up.
Yeah.
Like they were just.
I kind of like them.
It was really dark that they waited for
Quaint.
the girl to go back into the house before bazookaing it.
I thought that was a little bit nice.
Boom! That
Like,
was
oh
really
no, we're not
sad.
gonna bazooka
But she
her
survived.
when
She
she's
survived.
trying to put like
She
a
survived.
star.
Yeah.
She did
She did.
survive.
I don't know how.
I don't know how.
She
I
was
mean, the
in the
whole
house
thing
and
was-
the whole
I
house
think-
blew up.
It seemed like most everybody survived somehow. Despite that the houses were
there's
total
like a
losses.
handful of people
Completely and
at the
utterly
end.
destroyed. Everyone lived.
Basically, that's what I took away from it, at
Yeah.
least.
But now that
You
we've
can't
blown up the
actually
neighborhood.
kill children and women in movies
Well,
like that
see,
and get away
they
with
didn't
it.
show it. They just implied we were in the house.
They hit a
Then
lot
boom.
of women in
Yeah.
this. That I'm surprised with the age that it was.
Speaking of women, what was the role of the
Reporter? No
Oh,
one
discount Sigourney Weaver?
Discount
Discount
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney
Yes.
Weaver.
Totally ignored her.
There was like, look, a woman.
Hi, I'm Chuck Norris. I do whatever I want.
Did she have like? I know she rescued the girl kind of with Chuck Norris's
That was
help.
her own. Yeah.
A hair grab.
There we go.
out of here! Chuck
That
Norris
would be
like
the
shoving
question.
her out and like holding
Grab
her
the
around.
freaking girl.
It seemed like
Just
she was
grab
gonna be
her.
love interest, and then like she just kind of
Nothing.
fell off the map, and then the movie just like was like, all right, he
It's
kicked the crap
over.
out of the bad guy. Roll credits.
Oh
There you go.
That was an
There you go.
Yes!
Well, that side character was short-lived.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
went
it had-
fade to black. And I
The
was like,
script-
fade to black.
You know, the script was only
Oh,
like
that's it?
10 pages, and half those pages were like Chuck Norris fights. Chuck Norris
No,
fights.
no, it was
you
like
know.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris gets
roundhouse
in truck,
kicks.
drives to
Chuck
site
Norris
A.
kicks.
Okay, let's do like a recap of what happened. So, in the beginning, they destroyed suburban streets. Check.
Check.
Destroyed shopping mall.
Check. Yeah,
Check.
that happened.
Destroyed very little of the shopping mall in reality.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
they
true.
shot it up.
Because Chuck Norris came.
And then they
And
blew
it
up
was all
some
saved.
stores. That's true.
Uh-huh.
That's true. He came in with the car.
They tried to blow up a school bus, but
That's
Chuck
right.
Norris stopped them and blew up them instead.
And they blew up 3 ice cream trucks.
3. Yeah, that's right.
And they reused the
I don't know
car shots.
why they were using ice cream trucks in that final battle, but that was like
We need some more vehicles here.
Yeah.
What can we get?
Ice cream
trucks.
Yeah.
Everybody loves
Do you know how many people?
Everybody loves it.
Yeah. They thought maybe they could catch the terrorists by just playing the song, and they'd come running with,
Yeah.
to get their freeze pops and stuff.
And then the last check mark, even in churches. But they didn't blow up the church.
Yeah, it's gonna. Oh, because
tried to.
Chuck Norris got them and did that.
Either.
What are you talking about? This is great.
Is this bomb
This
going
is
to be
better
as big as
than-
the last
this is
one?
better
'Cause
than
I'm not
Marvel.
All I
too-
can say is that this Chuck guy that they just introduced with the wires and stuff, he is killing it. Too soon? Too
it.
soon?
And killing them.
Literally. He's going to be.
All I'm going to say though is if this
Like, look at that
bomb's...
mustache.
This
You
bomb's...
get mad at a guy who's cared that much about his mustache. Did I not tell you that this whole situation could be stopped with a pair of scissors?
Chuck Norris.
Oh boy.
Nobody was watching the box? Whoa! Oh! How come they didn't do that from the beginning?
What a
All they did was
move!
turn the...
He didn't even blow anybody up. Like, he missed all the actual people.
Yeah.
He somehow
was-
got
That
the
was
suitcase,
good.
climbed onto the roof of the
Yes.
church with the suitcase, having still holding on to both ends of the cord that he had cut. Because he then reconnected them to detonate them after throwing it off the edge of the building.
With plenty of length to throw it from the roof down to the
Yeah,
floor.
they really over-calculated the amount of cord they need to get from point A to point B.
Well,
Because
they
he
were
then
like-
took
they
it
were-
up to point C,
They were
threw it down to
unwinding.
point D, and still had enough wire. It's not even possible.
Yeah.
They're unwinding, like, they're unwinding the cord, going back to their base.
Meanwhile,
And they're
he
like,
had to be like
and he's
running.
like tugging and pulling.
Yeah, he's like, all right,
like
come on,
looping
come on,
his
come on,
own.
come on.
He's like, there's like a whole roll here. Like that wasn't that far.
The unseen part of
Yeah.
Invasion USA.
Chuck's just like
Tug
grabbing
of
all.
war. Tug of war.
I'm gonna get the.
These guys. That's basically how it happened.
And then the other unseen thing is, how did he get from the suitcase to the roof so quickly?
That's what I was saying.
Teleportation.
Oh,
Like,
it's
there's
Chuck
not-
Norris. He can fly.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
how did he get? Did he just Spider-Man up the side of the building? No way he ran it inside with all those people there, while still holding both cords, and got all the way back, and then was able to throw it over the edge and reconnect the cords.
Like Adam West
Well,
with the bomb
saying
going.
that.
Yeah, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Adam West, may you rest in peace.
That's right.
Adam West. What do they put in yours, Rich?
Just never goes down right.
Flash to a white screen.
I know.
Patriot.
What are they shooting at?
I don't know.
Just to make sure, we're going to shoot everything. How many days worth of ammo do they have?
I think that was it for all the explosions. Oh no, the end scene, the end sequence
What happened, Raj?
was in the Armand.
Yeah.
It was
In an office
it took
building.
place in an office building.
Yeah.
Yes.
Typical style.
Yes. Plenty of cubicles. Plenty of cheap wall
Yeah.
and
Obviously a commentary on American consumerism.
directly. That's what
Wait.
they were applying. Yes.
Was that the one where he had the shotgun blast that blew holes in the two walls on either side of the door without
Yes.
actually touching the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
That's
that one,
it.
right? Nobody stands right in front of the door.
Except for this guy.
But he has a
Oh,
grenade
hold
launcher.
on.
See? He has
Yeah.
his finger on the grenade.
I said that earlier already.
I didn't listen.
You gotta back up more than that, Chuck.
He's doing a Scarface right
Oh, it was a
What?
shotgun attachment.
What just happened?
There's a shotgun attachment.
don't know.
Instead of,
That was a pretty good sequence.
now. Yeah.
It's the second it was over was literally the second it was over.
Yeah.
The
Bad guy, whatever his name is,
Rostov.
Rostov,
Rostarov?
Roster,
Rostinov?
Soviet agent.
Rostaman?
Rostov.
Rostov.
Let's stop.
Hey, can you call him Skarnak or something? I
Oh, Skynet.
Plastic
Yeah.
surgery man.
Plastic
We established he
surgery
was
man.
plastic surgery man.
Yeah, plastic surgery.
Oh,
The
that.
second he died is the second the movie ends.
But essentially, yeah.
Very quaint and was the best surprise in the movie.
No, he didn't even describe how he died. So
Yeah. How many movies do you get to see
he
somebody
had a,
sneak up on somebody? Yeah, go ahead.
he had a freaking Rostov had a bazooka in an office building, close quarters. So he was
In
like,
a hallway.
yes,
of an office
He
building.
was
he was
meaning business.
he was ready to go. He was
And
ready
we
to-
established that early in the movie, those hold at least 6 shots
Yeah.
yeah.
before you have
That's
to
what
reload.
they-
Yeah.
At least.
Because Rostov was like firing 6 rockets in the suburbs. Just
Oh, yeah.
boom,
Without
house blew
reloading
up. Yeah,
ever.
boom, boom.
Hospital. Yep.
So he was having the same rocket launcher. He was in the hallway.
Of course, facing the wrong direction.
Yeah, wrong direction. And then who shows up right behind him? Chuck Norris.
Also, with the same kind of rocket launcher.
Same rocket launcher. Clicks it open, and then Rostov is like,
Hip fires.
yes.
Oh man. It's time.
And the quarterback is
Dude!
Wait,
He's in multiple
was that body
parts.
pieces?
Yes! Those are body pieces. Man, that was really time to die, man.
Hits him directly, and he just
in the middle of the chest.
yes, and he explodes out the window. You see his
Millions of
body
pieces.
parts.
Millions
Yeah.
of pieces.
Is exploding.
Like they had not seen snow in Miami until that point. That is literally how.
It was red snow.
It was very
Yeah.
graphic. You saw did you guys see you saw half of his
Yeah.
leg and foot and like an arm. But that was really all that was left of him. Everything else was like pulverized.
I was like, boom.
It was like a disintegration rocket launcher.
We're like, oh man.
Then bam.
And then
He's gonna need a lot more plastic surgery
Yeah.
now. That's what I'm saying.
fade to black, and I was like, fade to black. Oh, that's the end.
Credits.
I was like, okay, yeah.
All right.
When you bring the
ecstasy
curtain
after
down,
ecstasy.
basically, yeah, bring the curtain down.
Last shot.
Oh, yeah, 5 more.
Fade to black.
Wait, really?
Oh my goodness.
That's how you end a movie!
Yes! USA.
Like, there was no plot whatsoever. Like, why were the bad guys even fighting?
Man, that was some ending.
But overall, there wasn't too deep of a plot. There was like almost no reasons why.
Yeah,
They were doing
They never got
that
into
they were
why
doing.
they were killing everybody, And overall, I mean, it wasn't the worst movie I've seen. I mean, Chuck Norris obviously made it great with all his
Yeah.
kicks. That's what saved the movie, in my opinion.
Best part, Army the armadillo.
Oh,
how
the
can we
armadillo.
forget?
Forgot about her.
No, the armadillo
can't believe
was
you just
in the
left
Delta
him there.
Force, right?
No,
No,
because
it
that
was
was when he
invasion.
was
Oh,
living in
you're
the swamps.
right.
He was on the swamp.
And they blew
Yeah.
up his house, and then
Oh,
Chuck
yeah,
Norris is
oh,
like,
yeah.
well,
That was- okay.
I'm burning my house, so I can't come back here. So
Yeah,
there's
he
nothing
burned
left.
the rubble of his house.
Yeah, it was
in the middle
already
of a swamp.
gone.
He may have thought that Army was already dead at that point and was like building like a pyre for him at that, possibly.
Makes
Because it
sense.
didn't show Army after that point. So we almost have to assume that Army may have actually died in the fire.
No, you can't say that.
Chuck
Not
Norris
armadillo.
started.
No.
I
not
know.
Mr.
As
Dillo.
bad as it sounds, that is a possibility. So who's the real villain in that movie, I ask you?
It's very un-American to
It's
say
Chuck
Chuck
Norris.
Norris is the villain.
But are armadillos American? How is there
Can't
even an
say
armadillo there? Where are armadillos originate? I don't
Texas?
think- Do they really? Yeah.
Yes.
So what was he doing in Miami?
Florida. In
Well,
the
obviously-
swamp.
Well, he was a cowboy.
Hey, cowboy! Thanks for the ride, cowboy. Hey, cowboy! There! See you later, cowboy!
Oh.
As
Walker,
reference-
Texas
Alright, it's all
Ranger.
connected.
Yes.
He was referenced by the reporter many times
As cowboy.
As cowboy.
Yes.
Yeah. But I thought that was just because he
Yes,
wore
he
jeans and a belt
definitely-
buckle and a jean shirt.
Oh, I thought it was because he was a Walker Texas Ranger.
Wait.
But that was not till afterwards.
Wait, Joey.
Was it?
Joey.
Yes.
You brought up
I know.
a roundabout.
Do you really
thing
want me to say it
that we
on
didn't even
camera?
address yet?
Okay.
The reporter.
What about the reporter?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
She wasn't
She
very
was useless.
memorable.
oh, I wasn't paying attention.
She saved the girl, and that's about it. She clicks her camera a couple times.
I think the girl almost did as much saving of herself as the reporter did of her, though. I mean, let's be honest. It was kind of 50-50.
I didn't need you. This is the same
She just
myself.
needed a car to be able to jump on so that she wouldn't die from just like, or disfigure herself and need as much plastic surgery as plastic surgery man.
That's true.
basically.
That's probably what she was
That
thinking.
was what she was trying to avoid, yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's like, I have my whole life ahead of me.
So could the terrorists have succeeded if Scarface Man didn't have that bad dream and
Absolutely.
and decide to want to kill
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris?
Was it a dream?
It's
Yeah.
definitely a dream.
It was like a nightmare for him.
Yeah.
Again. Кошмар. Мой дождь не покончится,
You said it was a flashback.
I didn't say it was a flashback.
It was
Armand
like a
still thinks that there
flashback.
was a lot more story in this movie than there actually was.
It was a dream. The
there
guy
was-
woke up.
there was
like,
no story
sweating.
whatsoever.
There was totally story. Okay. When
A
we were
flash-
watching
why,
it.
why would you have a flashback while you're laying in bed? That's my thing. He was obviously having a nightmare. He woke up and he's like,
A nightmare
Chuck Norris.
induced by real world events. You see.
No, that's a far
They did
stretch.
refer to it as the nightmare. It was called the nightmare. Like his friend was like, "Oh, did you have the nightmare
Yeah.
again?" Like he'd had it before.
He said
really?
that?
I think so. I'm not gonna rewatch it to find out, but you can if you guys want to. Otherwise, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Point is,
I actually, yeah. I don't
point
know.
is, he had a nightmare, whether it was the past or fake, about Chuck
Or the
Norris
future, which it actually kind of was.
kicking him in the face.
Which he did.
Yeah.
What's the line? Time to die.
Yeah.
Time to die. That was the
Time
catchphrase in the
to
movie.
die.
Time to die.
Invasion USA. Time,
Time
to,
to
die.
die.
That could
Yeah.
be the sequel.
Oh.
Time to die.
Yeah.
But he already killed him.
Time to die again.
Oh.
He has a brother. He has to. They always have a brother. Come on, let's be honest.
With a
Twins,
mustache.
of course.
They were probably
With the same
twins,
amount of
and the plastic surgery is
surgery.
why he looked significantly different from his twin. They can get anybody at that
this
point.
is deep. Yeah.
He like
Reboot.
So you're saying that
We
he
definitely
skin
need
grafted
another
a face
Invasion USA.
on his
Yeah,
face.
basically,
That's why his
he,
neck was all weird.
this happened right after Face Off, and so use the same technology.
Okay.
He's actually John Travolta.
Oh,
Makes sense.
okay.
Or Nick Cage. Who knows which one, actually.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Well, but which was the actual bad guy and good guy? It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. It's Nick Cage.
They were both the bad guy and both the good guy at some points in the movie.
Whoa!
Invasion USA! Armand, can you tell us all about the Delta Force, our second movie of the night?
Yeah, doing me in. Okay. So pretty much Delta Force, I don't need to read this. Delta Force, pretty much these Lebanese terrorists, bear in mind it takes place in the 80s, so that was topical back then.
Yeah.
So they hijack a plane for seemingly unknown reasons, other than they wanted to go to Beirut, back to Lebanon, for reasons I don't really know.
Who knows?
But one thing I do know is that on the plane, they pulled a Hitler
They did.
and they rounded up the Jews because they were anti-imperialist American and anti-Zionist. Sleep quick.
Only the little kids.
Okay.
Kid knows what's up.
This is a hijack!
This is a hijack.
This is the 80s.
This is a test.
In the 80s, hijacking was not actually that uncommon, but people just
Oh man.
hijacked planes to go somewhere.
There were a number of other anti-things that they
Yeah.
mentioned, but those were the two primary
But-
Yeah.
ones.
They cared about the pregnant lady.
They did.
We
Yeah.
cannot
They-
let
We
that
established
go,
had a
man.
heart.
that guy was not a monster. He may have seemed like a
he was
monster
part
85%
monster.
of the time, but 15% of the time he was definitely not a
He
monster.
had a soft spot in his heart, and he got a ton of pillows for this pregnant lady. Like
Too
a
many
ton.
pillows. Too many
Then he
pillows.
stopped the pillows because it was a lot.
He also gave the girl that doll, so like it was a reoccurring theme.
That's
He
true.
gave the girl
yes.
that doll?
He did. Yeah, remember?
The cabbage.
She was like, my Cabbage Patch doll!
My doll.
Cabbage Patch.
Oh.
Who said that?
Tackle him now. Why is no?
It's a nice doll.
Throws it.
What is your name?
Ellen.
Ellen, it's a very nice name.
Unfortunately, I'm against American imperialism.
6.
You're dead.
You know, Ellen,
She's way too big to be 6.
I had a daughter exactly your age. Her name was Salima. You understand, Ellen?
Thank you.
Go, 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 go.
A lot less people dead in this
Alright, he's
movie.
not a monster, okay?
Oh yeah.
He's
yeah,
like,
Cabbage.
I had a doll till I was about your age. Do you understand? And she's like, yes. And then he gives her the doll. I didn't understand what he was saying.
But
He has a
said, "Thank you,"
daughter.
like a lady.
He has a daughter that's
Yes.
your age.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Died, right?
I used to love
Sorry,
dolls to
Dude,
your
this
age.
guy's backstory may be the most rich of any of the characters.
Dude,
in the
believe
movie.
it.
Delta Force, hands alone.
Oh yeah.
Hands
alone.
down.
Hands down.
Hands alone.
Hands
okay.
alone.
Trying to figure out how that works.
Just hands, guys.
Okay.
Armand's
Delta
feeling
Force.
it's 3:30 right now. Armand is feeling it.
Delta Force, hands down. I'm getting off the fence. Delta Force, hands down.
Say what you need to say, Armand. Just spit it
It
out.
was better than Invasion USA because there was actual plot.
Yeah.
Like I felt something. Like when he was rounding up all the like the
I feel like the
Jews.
music had a lot to do with that as well. though.
Yes.
Agreed.
Like
yeah.
every time they played the good guy music, you're like,
You were getting pumped up. Yeah.
yeah. It was like Chariots of Fire.
Yes.
It was almost like Chariots of Fire. Like, you
It's
know,
like the
just
A-Team
crescendo.
Yes.
It was like the BA.
There's no
A-Team.
way the good guys can lose now.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
you knew
They've
the
got
good
the
guys were gonna
music.
win.
Yes.
Yeah, the music was playing for them. Definitely true.
So it's kind of like you knew they were gonna win.
I like how a million evil guys, terrorists, die, but the only one that dies for us is
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Because this is a movie you should probably actually see. Delta Force was halfway decent.
Yeah,
You
that
don't
was pretty
have to see it. It's okay if you
I'd
do
say,
see
as
it.
far as Chuck Norris films, it's probably one of the better Chuck Norris films.
No, we don't know that. We haven't seen all of
say
it.
with parents' permission. You know.
It is rated R.
It is rated R, so you have to be 17.
There wasn't any reason
Or
for
be able
that,
to-
in my opinion. I don't think there's much blood.
I'm pretty sure for this,
What's it?
do they even ID you if you purchase this? Do they ID you when you try to purchase this?
Yeah, because you
no.
look younger than 18.
I got this off
He
of.
looks like a
Heads
hipster
up,
millennial.
if you're 18 and up,
Wait, 18 and up? I was very confused.
18 and up.
yeah.
Oh,
18
yeah,
I see now.
up.
Okay. Process of elimination. All right, now if you're 19 and up, we'll get there eventually.
We're gonna keep
We'll get there
going.
eventually.
Collect all passports.
Why?
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, attention please. They want all of you to turn in your passports, so please get out your passports and hold them over your head.
She just added that. She didn't notice it.
Thank you.
She said, and hold them over your head.
Yeah, to make it easier. To collect them.
Mustafa. His name was Abdul.
Mustafa.
Oh, he's sweating a lot in the back.
Dang, that's real sweat.
His last name starts with an R.
That's real
Mustafa. Mustafa.
Oh,
Why is he
he's got
wearing
fat
it?
And
fingers.
now he's a hypocrite.
Anyways, Delta Force. Like I actually felt something when they were like calling all the names of all the Jewish people, and then that poor stewardess
Yeah.
who was
Dirty.
like
Platinum.
I can't do this. I'm
She
German.
was
I'm
she's
German.
albino. Okay, she had white hair. She was albino.
No, she was just German.
It was a
Did you
fashion
see any
statement.
eyelashes?
I still think it was a fashion
she?
statement.
No,
didn't have eyelashes?
She didn't have eyelashes. She was albino. There were no eyelashes.
Albino actors in Hollywood.
There is.
Well, this
That's a
isn't Hollywood.
purple
Okay,
skin.
in 1985, maybe there was one, and her career was over after this, even though she did an okay job. They're just like, we just don't have a role for an albino.
Yeah.
There's a
I think it was a
set.
fashion
I'm
statement.
sure there's some
I think it
albino
was,
out there
too.
that's
It
trying to
looked
be
dyed.
an actress.
No one's hair is that. No one's hair is
No.
that much.
Either way, it
your
was
hair
odd
was
for the
long.
1980s.
But anyways, she was a German, and she was like, I can't do this. The Nazis, the death camps.
Do it!
I can't! I won't do it!
Yes, you will do it.
No, not me! Don't you see I'm German?
What does that mean?
The selections, the Nazis, the death camps. Don't you see I can't do what you want me to do?
And I'm German. Connect the dots.
And the terrorists were like, I don't
I
care.
don't care. Do it anyways.
Shown.
And she actually did do it. Like, I would have just died.
She did.
Like,
You would just died?
yeah. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, after everything, that like,
Yeah, what if she
It's
said
like-
no? Like, I'm not doing this. What were they gonna do?
Probably shoot her.
yeah.
But then that would shoot a hole in the plane.
Not if they just put the bullet in her.
It doesn't
The
work like
bullet
that.
goes through things.
Armand, I don't think you understand how the human body works. But a lot of the time, human bodies catch the bullets. They don't.
Well, it depends on the gun. You see, now we're getting into a lot of detail.
Yeah.
If it's a 22
gun that he had?
millimeter, the only thing that would maybe stop in the person would be a 45. Now, that would have to be at a greater distance than when he was at. If he's standing here like this, it's going to go through the plane. You know, if we're talking a greater distance, I mean past from me to the end of the room, like maybe it would stop in the person. But anything less than a 45 is just going through the plane.
Which is actually not
that's
as
facts.
big of a problem. The more you know.
Studied.
Which is actually not as big of an issue, a bullet in a plane, like going through a plane.
Seems like a big issue.
It can be, but
It could depressurize
You mean
the plane.
let's
Compare
be
it-
honest, did
compared
it
to, like, a
actually look
boat?
like they were in the air at that point? Because it seemed like they were still on the ground.
No, they were in the air. But more importantly,
They were filming on the ground.
they all had grenades in their hands.
Yeah.
They did,
And that
yeah.
one part where he accidentally, well, he took it out,
And then dropped it.
and then he dropped it, and he was like, oh,
Yeah.
That was very awkward.
But luckily, the co-pilot had a lot of experience with replacing pins in grenades, so he was able to do it on his first try without any questions
In case
asked.
you need to know, it's like the part over here. There's just like two little holes.
Right here?
It's it's like over here.
Oh, right here.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly. You'll see. You just want to stick it right back in there.
Imaginary
This
grenade.
way. Yeah, gosh. You're not paying attention? Wait. This needs to be censored.
does that have a grenade in his hand?
Yeah.
Open this door or I will blow the plane!
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh.
Oh boy.
No. You can't let go now.
Pick it up.
She's gonna stab him with it.
Sit down. Sit down. I am taking over this
Holding it in
airplane.
his mouth is
You
gonna do
cooperate.
what exactly?
We'll take you anywhere you want to go, buddy. Now, why don't you put that pin back into that hand grenade?
Put it.
Is he the guy from the Air Force?
What?
Easy.
Wow. Pretty lucky that co-pilot knows exactly how to put a pin back in a hand grenade. I'd be like, wait, where did this go?
So, Joey,
So, Armand,
so, did you enjoy Delta Force?
I did enjoy Delta
Are you
Force.
sure?
Yes, I did.
Because you were straight up sleeping.
No, there were a couple moments where I rested my eyes because we've been watching a movie for like 4 hours straight.
Rested your eyes.
I can count on this hand.
I think it was
how
3
many
times.
Dude, you're straight up snoring.
Yeah, you do.
I do breathe loudly sometimes.
Loud.
This happens a lot.
Hey.
This is a very quiet part of the movie.
Usually around this time, Joey usually.
Oftentimes around, like 1 a.m. in the morning, I start to be tired. Yeah, this is true.
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Dude, it was 10 p.m.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
We didn't start the second movie till after 10:30.
But it was so riveting.
Those quiet parts were not riveting.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're in the movie, and I did like the movie more than I thought I was going to. But there were a lot of scenes where it was probably like 3 minutes long of just quiet. Like there was nothing going on. Like they were just kind of like
setting
walking, setting up to a scene, But it was like a very long time.
I think
of
he fell
dead
asleep
moment.
when they were scuba diving through the tunnel, and
No, I remember
But
that.
that
Going
was
up from the
so
ground.
quiet though.
I remember that part.
Quiet.
I was the
Like,
one that
I
called
would've
that they were
liked
going to
see
scuba dive.
Chuck Norris fight a
Because
shark.
They showed
in
the
the
pipe
movie-
like
yeah.
4 times.
Yeah, you don't show something
show
that's
pipe
insignificant
twice.
that many times without it being significant.
Yeah.
You did call
Chuck Norris
it,
looked
though.
at
I
it for
was like,
way too long for it to be
Oh,
no.
man, that pipe man. Oh.
He was like, huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. That was basically his
I'll
thought
be using
process.
that later.
He's gonna do it all by himself.
Pipeline?
Why do we keep on looking at that pipe?
It's gonna explode later.
Or
You wait.
he's gonna cut off their supply.
They're gonna go out into the ocean and climb in through the pipe.
Joey.
Sorry, I called it.
That's
I just call things.
impossible.
How do they have like black tanks?
Guys,
Right?
why don't scuba divers fall forwards out of the boat? Because then they'd still be in the boat.
Oh boy.
That's dirty water.
They're
Pipe from
going
the
to
ocean.
save lives.
It's not dirty water. It's an intake.
No, the second movie.
Sure,
was
where were they?
Overseas.
Okay, yeah.
somewhere.
It was never
Beirut.
It wasn't in
It was
the
in
USA,
Lebanon.
so I have no idea.
Wait, it was in
That's how much we
Beirut
care.
/ Israel.
No, they flew to Israel at the end of it. So they weren't in Israel already.
Yeah, Beirut / is that means 2
They
different
were in
places.
Israel for like 5 minutes
It
tops.
still counts.
That's not where the movie was taking place,
The
though.
place that
Okay.
we know of was Israel.
They were in Greece and then
They were in
Beirut.
Greece? I didn't know.
Greece.
That's where
They weren't
No,
in Greece.
no,
Athens?
they were coming from Greece.
Okay, wait,
remember?
wait.
Started in
wait.
Athens.
No.
And
It's,
got on the plane.
it started in the Pentagon at 2 in the morning, and if you remember that
Yeah, but
B-roll
those
shot,
characters never did it. Okay, all right, you're right. No, you're right.
it was broad daylight.
Okay, it said
No,
It
2
said,
a.m. at night.
It said a.m.
It was basically
twice.
the same time as we were actually watching.
There's a couple shots where it says a.m. and it's clearly bright, like
it's in the
noon,
morning.
like sunlight
Yes.
outside.
Because
But then
do
also
you know what a
later-
shot of the Pentagon at night looks like? Just a black screen, basically.
82 en route from Athens via Rome to New York. We have no more information at present.
2:10 a.m.?
That doesn't look like 2 a.m.
2:15 maybe?
Broad daylight.
You can't just put a black
That's
screen and
not
be like,
true.
It wasn't even
Pentagon.
like an attempt. It was like
There's
clear
lights around.
Oh no.
Whoa.
This is how you.
Oh.
Well, it's dead now, in case you guys are wondering.
Remember the beginning of... Oh, never mind. We didn't talk about that invasion.
No, we can talk about it now. What?
The probably the best kill of tonight was the slam down with the cocaine lady.
Oh, man.
Where it
We
just,
don't
like,
need to talk about that.
Great.
It's like Michael Jackson.
Oh, she's being bad right now.
Bad red person.
I don't think
Straight
she
for it.
like. No. What?
She's snorting an entire mound of it.
She's very serious.
She's going again.
She's taking it in gently. So.
Just a little bit off the top.
Oh, no.
She just...
Oh no, she did lie.
She can't get
No,
enough.
that was a camera continuity error there.
Oh, that's there's been literally people dying from that sort of thing.
Oh no!
She's crying too much.
Dude.
Oh, my nose.
Man, that guy's made from evil.
Dude, man.
That was probably the best
But
kill.
she did not die.
yeah.
She was then
I had happily
thrown
forgotten
out
about
the
that.
window.
Oh, then she was
Yeah.
thrown out
Yes,
the window.
like
Yeah.
her day
Like it
could not
wasn't
get
enough.
much worse. Yeah.
Going somewhere?
Kick.
So, what'd you think of the ending?
It was kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
Like, you were expecting, like, a happy ending. And then they're like, oh, but this guy that we saved at the beginning of the movie and made a point of having saved at the beginning of the movie, we're also going to kill at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Which guy was that?
His
partner.
Pete. His partner. Just
The long-haired dude?
No, the guy looked like Ken.
the blonde, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
blonde
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was trapped in the chopper that was doomed to explode any moment and never actually did blow up.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
rescued him, brought him all the way back to the plane. The
Without-
plane
Well,
left.
Chuck
it
Norris
still
had to
didn't blow
have
up.
a moment with him. Because it had to happen because it was a movie.
That's true.
We're going home. I'll see you there, Scott. I'll see you when I see you. Doc.
Or they could have just not killed him.
Here's what I realized.
then if
Chuck
they
Norris's
didn't-
movies, they don't need to actually end happy. They'll just end with some action scene, cut to black, that's it.
As
Like,
long
they're-
as
they're
we're
done.
happy.
Were you
I'm
happy with
I'm all
Invasion?
good.
Okay, so which was better?
I was happy with Invasion. Are you kidding me?
The bazookas in Invasion,
Yeah.
you say, or the motorcycle missile launchers
Oh,
in Delta Force.
Favorite
Which was better?
one.
so obvious.
Shoot.
And
Missile launchers.
Yeah.
well,
You
okay,
have to go
but
there.
he had like what 4 missile launchers mounted on the front and at least 2 on the back.
Yeah.
He's gonna blow it up from there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, raging fire.
Dang.
Yeah,
Like we were
The
facing
back
missile
ones
launchers.
were a big surprise.
I didn't
And
expect
They were
they
just
did
right out of
multiple
the exhaust
times.
ports, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
the Death Star should have thought of that.
They're
Yeah.
multi-function. Yeah.
Had missile launchers in their exhaust ports, the Death Star would still be around today, guys.
That's right. But like the main bad guy, the guy who hijacked the plane, he was like getting his AK-47 out,
Trapped in that car.
and then Chuck Norris is just looking at him like,
over the shoulder.
boom.
Like, I'll see you
He
later.
didn't even care.
I thought he was just gonna like whip the bike around.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought too. But no, he wouldn't even give him that.
No.
He's like, no, I have like
He just
no
pressed the
respect
button
for you.
and these rockets popped out of his exhaust pipe, blew him up.
Just like that.
And, I mean, what kind of, aiming system did he have to have? We established that the technology in that movie was way ahead of its time. With the video conferencing alone.
Yeah. Great
Well, and
FaceTime
missile
quality.
rockets on motorcycles. I mean, that's pretty intense. They kick back.
Missile targeting on motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not even
that-
motorcycle, a dirt bike.
That's
Yeah,
more high
that's
tech
a
than James
kickback.
Bond.
But if we're being
big.
honest, Armand, Chuck Norris could roundhouse kick Daniel Craig all the way back to Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Just say it.
Dang.
That's how it will go down.
That's insane. I agree with you.
What? You had your hand a little bit more speed.
Oh, man.
Why does he always accelerate into a wheel?
'Cause he's a stunt man.
Dang. You remember to push your bike away from the plane. Pull him up, buds. Go ahead and pull him up. There you go. Hit it.
Personally, but
Well, we're
well,
not.
somebody has to.
Well, okay. So these were both very good movies.
Delta Force was an
He's
okay
being-
I don't. Okay, so
movie.
the comparison is: do you destroy them or not? And I don't.
Invasion USA, I would vote destroy.
I think we destroyed
Think you would
Invasion USA.
vote. You would vote that?
Wait,
I would-
what?
You
I
would
would-
vote that?
You would
Actual
vote that?
discs?
Very serious.
You
You
like
know,
blow it up or
honestly,
something?
It had nothing in it that wasn't in another movie. Like the Delta Force, it had heart, it had acting, but Invasion USA, all it had was action. There's action in every other movie.
Chuck Norris.
But yeah, but I could watch a Delta Force and be just
Okay,
as
but how many
satisfied.
times have you seen?
But Delta Force was slower.
Yeah, but it had more.
It's true. What's slower?
I mean, the reason why Delta Force was longer is because it actually had a proper ending
And a plot.
and a plot. So that's why.
The only reason, there are multiple reasons. But I will say for Invasion USA, I have never seen a duel between two people with bazookas. That
Okay.
was unique.
Yeah.
All right.
True,
Yeah.
that was unique.
But I would
Completely
rather-
ridiculous at the same time, but also
No,
unique.
let's not hate. It's Chuck Norris.
You're telling me there was no residual, blowback from Chuck Norris blowing up the guy with the bazooka from
I'm
point
not
blank range?
saying what was realistic. I'm saying what was Chuck Norris.
I mean, if it was anybody else, yeah, they would have been at least a little damaged
Taken
from
back.
the human shrapnel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Human.
Oh, speaking of which of shrapnel, it was an Invasion USA, right, where they blew up that door, and it literally came right at the camera and the guy.
Yeah.
Was that Invasion
I was
USA?
like, yeah, yes,
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was
Yes, it
Invasion
was.
I was like, whoa!
That was
They're like, oh, look.
That guy hates his job.
I know.
You can tell by his stance. He wishes he was 12 other places.
I remember this scene actually. No,
What the hell is that?
it's like
Coffee?
coffee
Bourbon?
from home.
Is that a
He
mixer?
spilled. He just only spilled and poured almost nothing.
You should spill a ton.
They only had one take to do this.
Can't afford a second one.
Oh, jeez!
Pretty glad it wasn't that guy sitting at the desk.
officers all, just like there's the guy at the desk and he's like doing paperwork and having a good time. And there's the guy working on the car, he's having a good time.
Here's your
and
cup
there's
of
the guy
tea.
patrolling, they're all having a good time.
You think everything is
They're all
fine.
friends.
Yeah.
And then boom, out of nowhere,
just
garage
out of
door,
nowhere.
Hit him
right
so
to the face.
hard.
Right to the
Blew
face.
him back. Crazy.
Classic.
He was like, boom. Oh.
I
would
don't
say-
think we
Looked
can.
like he got hurt.
I don't
No,
think.
I would
USA
say-
definitely had a higher body count. That is
We,
for sure.
we could
Which one?
watch
Invasion
scenes
USA, the first
from
one.
Invasion USA, and I would be happy.
That's
but
true.
to watch the movie at full ever again, I
I
don't
would.
think I could do
For
it.
Invasion
It's
USA, I
not-
wouldn't.
I can't.
You wouldn't do it?
I wouldn't watch it again.
No.
What reason would I have
But
to
you
watch it
would.
again?
You would
There's,
watch.
there's no plot.
I
It's
could-
only action.
Would you watch
Sure.
Delta Force again?
Sure.
Okay, so Delta Force wins tonight.
Yeah.
Because we'd all watch again. That's a really good. That's how I actually judge movies.
That's
Is
true.
like rewatchability.
I'm not saying I want to
Will
watch
I
it again
rewatch?
next week or even
No.
next month, but
No.
like,
Not even next
Years
year.
down
Not
the
even next
road.
year.
maybe
Maybe
not. Yeah.
next
it's kind of
year.
movie you can wait like 2 or 3 years and then be like, oh, I don't remember this very well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But Invasion,
USA?
no. No. If there was more of Army the Armadillo, maybe.
Yes.
But
I agree with you.
His character
I
was
would
definitely
love
not
it.
very, like, they didn't explore his, his
Potential.
potential.
I
Yeah,
want to know his
yeah.
background. I want to know his life story.
I want to know why.
How
Chuck
did he
Norris-
get to Florida? That's the real question. Like, they
Yes.
could have a whole movie.
Was
Like,
it like a
Walker,
pet?
Texas Ranger?
no, Chuck and Army, basically.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
No, but
to
he
be-
He
doesn't
was
have,
retired.
Like, it would be more like
He
Every
could've
Which
taken
Way
it
But
with him.
Lose, and that would be the kind of relationship between Chuck Norris and the armadillo.
Okay.
Just like Clint Eastwood and the orangutan. They'd be like pals. That's how I kind of see it.
All
And
right.
like
Just
making
perched
their
up.
way from Texas to
Miami.
where he was, Miami, where he was basically like hiding out in the swamp.
perched on his
essentially.
shoulder, like, hey, here's a little carrot, buddy.
Yeah, but that armadillo also seemed pretty small. So I wonder if that was like a second generation pet. Like, he had originally brought a previous armadillo to
Yeah.
Miami. That armadillo gave birth and then died, and that was like the offspring. Because it was a pretty small armadillo.
Okay, you're going to territory
you're
that's
really-
far more story and plot that that Invasion
The
USA
movie
didn't
deserves.
even attempt. You're
The movie is called Invasion USA, trademark.
There really was.
does actually have a TM,
Invasion.
doesn't it?
There's a TM next to it.
And it's the only one from that list.
Yeah.
Okay, so best movie of the night, Delta Force. Delta Force.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed, yeah.
Delta Force. Delta Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great rewatchability. Maybe not next year, but
Down the
future.
road.
In the future, down the road.
Yeah.
But Invasion, good time first watch, but
Maybe.
lacks in the plot department.
Yeah.
And there's better Chuck Norris films out there, I guess. So